All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Michelle. I am a reborn collector and as well a reborn artist, only going in it for 2 years. I have a nursery page on Facebook. It's under Michi's Nursery of Endless Love. Here I'm going to dress some of my dolls, of course, and I'm also going to explain why I have them and why do I make them. First things first, the reason why I make them is because it's a passion. And I love how people feel when they receive one. There's many reasons for why people have a reborn. Girl, shush. Sorry. And the reason for these dolls, you cannot judge someone and you cannot talk foul to anybody about them. There's multiple reasons. There's people who can't afford adoption. There's people who cannot conceive. There's people who have miscarriages. There's people who have dementia, people who have cerebral palsy, all those kind of things. And these dolls are not a form to replace what a real baby would have been, but they are to help cope with people in those situations. They are not to replace in any form, but they are there to help people. Um, and that's one thing a lot of people need to keep in mind that not everyone can have a child, not everyone can afford adoption. You know, not everyone agrees the same way. There's people who are simply lonely and they don't have a child and they would love to take care of one. There's people who, in my case, I love babies. I don't want another one. I have one already. She's already three. But I can't deal with the constant waking up and all that. So that's another form of why I have them, because you can change their clothes, make them look cute, and that's it. If you want to go the extra mile and take them out in public, you can go ahead and take them out in public. Um, the reason why I make them, though, um, is because I like to give back to people and I like to help people out a lot as well when they're grieving and stuff like that and they're looking for a doll. I got a couple of them myself. So these are ones I made, except for two of them that are on here. I have 28 in total. And they also help my mom because she likes to carry, she can't carry heavy babies. Yes, and they are very expensive. I can tell you that. If you find them online and they look cheap and too good to be true, at $70, $80, they're not what you're gonna get. The company that owns those dolls will send you something completely different. And in my nursery, I also make handicapped babies. As you can see, I have a 3-month Joseph here. He's missing one arm. I purchased him like this, so I just made him into a disabled baby, you can say. And he has a belly plate that I have to paint, and he's gonna get a feeding tube done. He has everything else that's needed for it. Oop, give me 1 second. Oh, real close. Mommy, Daddy, Mama, and Nancy, Nick, Rick, Ty. And that's my kid here in the back. No, no. Tyler, Jesse. Okay, baby, go play. Go play. And like I said, I've only been at it, so my babies don't have hair or painted hair. I'm learning how to paint the hair on them right now because I tried to root hair when I first started without taking classes or learning about doing it, and I failed miserably at it. It was so hard. People make it look so easy, but it's hard. And then he is such a hard baby to dress. My kid over here playing on my computer. And so we have a reborn community, and the problem with our community is it's falling apart because there's a lot of people who talk so bad about other people because they take their dolls out, or they, you know, buy them expensive stuff and things like that. I, for one, I am understanding of these groups, and I am very understanding as the purpose as to why a lot of people have them. And I got into the community when I first got, when I wanted my older sister as a baby because she was really cute as a baby. So I went and got her done as a baby. And then this one is not necessarily a reborn. She's a Lee Middleton doll. I did, however, alter her. I took her old body off and I placed a newer body on her, and that was really, really hard. Stop, please. But this is something I like to do, especially now due to COVID. I'm without a job, which it also affected my nursery because I used to sell babies left and right and baby accessories and stuff. Because I sell budget babies because I don't feel like I'm good enough to be a high quality reborn artist. But due to COVID, unfortunately, due to COVID, I am now stuck with 28 babies. I am stuck with 28 babies because a lot of people are without jobs. A lot of people are without jobs. And mind you, I struggle because I sell my babies between $100 to $200. But with people not having a job, a lot of people can't even afford it. Now I do get a lot of scammers always asking for free stuff. I'm like, yeah, no. And these dolls are actually really good too. If you plan on having another kid and you have one and you want to educate your child on how to take care of them, look at that. She looks really cute. So this is I didn't paint this one or anything. I just bought her. I only changed her body because the body that she came with was really weird. I am in love with this one. She's so cute. Her face is so cute. She's a lot longer now. No. And, oh, I can show you an example. Ah, this heavy baby right here. He is a bad boo boo baby. But this was when I first started, and I didn't even know anything about it. He's got cute clothes. I'm also a big spender for the clothes. I love baby clothes, and I get good deals from a lady back in the UK because she always sends me extra stuff. But she always has these cute outfits, and I get Winnie the Pooh, I get Dumbo, I get all the cute stuff. So, and this is so time consuming, especially when I do all the babies at the same time. But right now, I did half and half basically, but it's still time consuming after a while. You realize, like, oh man, this takes a long time. I get tired after a while. It makes me question why I have so many. But I love them. I love babies, but I will not have any more. Let me see if I can. Heavy baby. And my babies are child safe because since I do have a 3-year-old, I have to make sure that in case any of them ends up in her hands, if any of them ends up in her hands, they're gonna be well taken care of. One thing I also love doing is I love to buy boo boo babies off of people and I redo them completely. Like my 3 month Joseph, the reason why I bought him was because there was a lot of people, telling the lady who was selling him, "Oh, you're a scammer, you're a scammer," and it got to the point where she was fighting with a lot of people saying no, she wasn't, no, she wasn't. So I purchased him for really cheap. In the pictures, he looked it fine. I knew he was missing an arm and everything, but when upon receiving him, oh my goodness, he smelled heavy of smoke, cigarette smoke, and his paint job was, it literally looked like maybe a child went into regular house paint or something and just painted. He was so bad. And I went through like I think like 3 bottles to strip him. And then it took me about like an hour and a half just to take it out. I was like, oh man, it was killing me. It took forever. I was like, oh man, I can't. And then this is the newborn Joseph. She is albino. I made her as well. An example of a boo boo baby. This one, my Darian, was a boo boo baby before I stripped her and repainted her. Um, I bought her because she was advertised, you know, in a nursery. And I saw the work from the lady and it looked pretty good. It looked good. I didn't see no complaints from people. But let me tell you, this poor doll looked like she sat in the sun for days. She looked like she had the worst case of sunburn ever. So what I did was, because there's a lot of babies born with jaundice. My daughter was one. Um, I like to make people aware of it. So I painted her to look like she has jaundice, which is how I advertise. I like to make my babies to look a certain way. And then, as you can see, my newborn Joseph, she's albino, because there's albino babies out there. Not every baby is born perfect. There's babies who are born with one arm, no arms. There's babies who are born blind. There's babies who are born with jaundice. There's babies who are born with um, all sorts of stuff. Breathing problems, heart problems. You know, which is also why I create handicapped babies. I know I did a handicap Macy's once. Let me see. Oh, okay, there we go. She has some really cute eyelashes. They're blonde. I don't think we're grabbing too many outfits here. But she has hand rooted eyelashes. And my babies do sleep in a crib, and I do have a car seat for them. I'm one of those people. If it wasn't due to COVID, I would be taking them out again. I do take them out with me sometimes, and I can say it's quite pleasant. I love it. Um, I don't do it for reactions. I know a lot of people only do it to get reactions out of people or whatever. But Sorry, I'm sick, but I do it because I love her. I love to take them out. My daughter doesn't let me carry her or anything like that. But I'm not one of those people that do it to get a reaction out of people and they get mad because not everybody's understanding of these dolls. I mean, they're really nice. And they make great gifts because it's a one of a kind. They get made, each one gets made individually different. So, unless you ask for twins, most babies are just made one of a kind. Which is what I love, 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 love. And in all honesty, what caused me to really get into this is my mailman. I talk to him on a normal basis and everything. He works with children whenever he's not delivering mail. And he gave me a feedback because he heard about this type of stuff. He was actually looking into them, and he explained to me the reason why he was actually looking into them. And I told him, well, I can help him out there. So I sold him one. It was a Bella kit, Bell kit, whatever you call it. I can't remember that one. And it one doll literally saved a 14-year-old's life who wanted to commit suicide because she felt alone and unloved. And he tells me now and shows me pictures of her taking her doll literally everywhere. She takes them to their sessions and everything. She takes them to appointments, things like that. Now, if anybody's ever interested, look me up on Facebook under Nietzsche's Nursery of Endless Love. My dolls are pretty cheap. I have a few of them going now for $160. My dolls ship free in the US and they come with box openings. Now, what a box opening is that they'll come with pacifiers that I do make. I make modified like this one. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but it's a modified. And then I have magnetic ones. And I make these pacifiers for my dolls. And my babies, they go home with clothes, toys, shoes, socks, things like that. Pampers, definitely to get you ready to go because a lot of people don't buy any of this stuff. But when they go home and they get all the good stuff, pajamas, dresses, if it's a boy, pants, stuff like that. My favorite pajamas right here. Pooh Bear. I am a fiend for Pooh Bear and Dumbo. Look at this. I paid $1 for the onesie and the matching pants. But yeah, this is my first live, so sorry if it isn't all that grand and exciting. But hopefully, with time, I'll be doing more videos of like what I do on a normal basis with these dolls. Like I carry them, and then I'll be posting videos as well of me painting. So people can go ahead and take a look and see how I paint my dolls. And I use Genesis He Said paint because it's a lot better. It's more expensive, but it is a lot better. This is my thing. She's got blue eyes. But that'll be all for now. And then hopefully my other videos will be a lot better. So just give me some time to get used to it. I'm only used to doing this stuff on Facebook, but we're gonna put this out there so people can be more aware and be mindful, please. Always be mindful. Don't ever judge somebody because you see them out in public before. Because it really does hurt one's feelings. And you don't know if that person is dealing with depression. You don't know if someone's dealing with the loss of a child or anything like that, or if they can't have a kid. You know, everybody does it a different way. Some people handle those situations with drugs, alcohol, and marijuana. And then there's clean people who just prefer to do it, an unhurtful way. But that's all for now. Bye. Mama. 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 Nessie, shut up. Go get